Hello, I'm Shelly. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new to my channel. I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay, and I also do consigning on both the RealReal and ThreadUp. And I am Shell Posh on basically everywhere, so you can find me all my reselling platforms, as well as here on YouTube and on Instagram under Shell Posh. I will also have everything linked in the description down below. And so in this video, I'm going to be doing kind of a part 2 of my how to get started on Poshmark. I'm going to answer some of the questions I have been asked in the comment section, and also just kind of touch a base on a few things that I talked about in the last video, but just kind of go a little bit more in depth for those who have been asking and who are interested in learning to sell on Poshmark. And I'm also going to be showing you a very simple and easy way to kind of move your listings over to other platforms and start making sales elsewhere, not just on Poshmark, after you have gotten better at selling over on there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so I'm going to be talking about, like I said, answering some comments that were left in the last video, and then I'm also just going to be going through a few things. So I'm going to start out with a listing. So I did get a couple questions about a little bit more in depth about listings. So I'm going to go through a listing with you. I'm going to do like a screen share, and I'm going to just list something, and you can kind of see a little bit more about that. And so I'm going to go ahead and screen share. So I have this video for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am listing this hat. So I already put the photos in here. So what you want to do is you want to make sure your first photo is a really nice cover shot of the whole item. And so this is a hat that I am listing, and I'm going to show you just some of the close-ups that I have. So this, as you can see, it has a little bit of some marks on here, so I made sure to get photos of that as well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my title. So I'm putting the brand first, and then this style hat from this brand is called the brim hat. And unfortunately, I could not find the pattern, the name of this pattern anywhere, so I don't have that, but normally I would put something about that. But what I will put instead is I'm going to put colorful print, or let's say pattern maybe, and we'll put mint green, or maybe it's more of a blue, I don't know. Let's put like blue green. I'm not the best with typing. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to go to our description. So it is in good condition, so I'm going to put good condition, but I'm going to say has a few minor marks as photographed. And I actually, in my clipboard, I will go ahead and show you this. I have quite a few things saved in here. So I have all of my measurement things saved in here. This does not need measurements because it was just a hat, but I do have some things in my clipboard that are super easy that I can just easily clip out of my clipboard and have all of my information for measurements. So let me just show you one of those. So if I have some pants, I have this one, approximate measurements, pit to pit, or I guess this is not pants. What is this? Like a dress or something. Approximate measurements, so pit to pit, and then inches across, waist, inches across, and then length. So I just have that, so I don't have to type all of that out every single time, which makes it super easy. But yeah, so definitely if you are listing a lot, put some of that in there. And then I do have some things clipped as well. So for this hat, I actually found this information from the website that I'm going to put in there. And then I'm going to go to my category. So this is an accessory hats. This is a women's hat and just one size. And the brand, which the brand is not in here. So as you can see, when the brand is not in there, you can just add it, which is what I do. And then colors, I'm going to put blue and green. And then style tags is kind of important. So I'm going to put summer. I'm going to put Gorp Core. And then I think I'm going to put Granola Girl. Because this hat kind of reminds me of all those style tags. And then the original price on this hat is $48. And I have listed a couple of these around like $35. This one I'm going to list at $30 just because it does have a little bit of wear on it. And now we come to a section that says discounted shipping. So with discounted shipping, I would be paying the discounted shipping. Poshmark is not paying that. So that's another topic. I never do discounted shipping on my actual listings, but I will talk a little bit about that in a minute. So no discount. And then I purchased this for about $2 at the Goodwill outlet, and other info I put bins because I got it at the Goodwill bins. And then I just list it. Okay, so there is that. So that is a listing really quickly just to show you a little bit more in depth on that. But so now we're talking about some listing details. So Poshmark takes 20% of your sale price. So if you sell an item for $50, Poshmark is going to take 20% for their cut and you will get the other 80%. So if it was a $50 item, they take 20% of that, which is $10, so then you are left with $40. Before we get into the rest of the video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the sponsor of today's video, which is Vendoo, and I'm going to be showing you a screen share as well to kind of show you how I personally use them. Very quick and easy to cross-list my items over to my other platforms, which for me is eBay as well as Mercari. And I'm going to show you what I do. So I start out on Poshmark for like all of my listings personally. And so what I do is I import all of my items into Vendoo that I have listed on Poshmark, and then I will start branching them out onto my other sites. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do that.
The first thing I do, since I do list everything on Poshmark first, I have to import all of my listings. So I just go ahead and click import, and then I click on everything that is a new listing for me. So this is quite a few listings because I have not imported in a while, a couple of days. So I'm going to click all of those listings, and then once I've clicked everything, all I do is click the little import items. And then I'm going to show you over here in the corner just how quickly the items are imported. It's really nice because I don't have to wait very long. And then now I'm going to show you how to quickly do a listing. So I'm going to click view not listed on eBay or Mercari, and I'm going to click this first item, which is a pair of shoes. And it is really nice because a lot of the specifics are already imported for you, so you just have to do like size and shipping, and then I'm able to list my item. So now let's get back into the rest of the video.
I got a few questions about shipping. So some people want to know who pays the shipping. So ultimately the answer is the buyer pays the shipping. So when a buyer buys something, so let's say they buy your item full price, they just buy it, they don't send you an offer or anything, for $25, they will then pay their taxes if they have taxes for clothing in their state, and then they also pay the shipping. So but you are able to give shipping discounts if you want. There is a way with offers to likers that you are able to give a discount. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to do offers to likers. So if you are just on your feed, your news feed, you go to your news tab and go to your likes, and you go to a like, and then you do the offer/drop price button. You click on that. So for offers to liker, that is a private offer that you are sending only to the people who have liked this item. Or you are also able to edit the listing price. So that is something that is public, and if you edit the listing price, it will lower the price, and anyone who hasn't liked it or anything will, I think it like shows a little thing in the corner that says price, lowered by 10%, 20%, whatever. I really don't do that personally. I just have never felt that it has helped me with sales or anything. So I don't do that. I just do offers to likers. And so what you do, you click on offers to likers, and I'm going to go ahead and do a 10% discount on this item, and then discounted shipping. For me, if it is under like 25, I will always do the lowest discount. So there is 3 different tiers that you can do. There is free shipping, which you as the seller are paying the entire price for the buyer for their shipping. There is a $4.99 shipping, so right now shipping on Poshmark is $7.97 for up to 5 pounds of items. And so I would be paying that $7.97 if they accept my offer. Or you can pay for $2.98 of their shipping, and then the buyer is paying $4.99 for shipping. Or they added recently a lower tier, which the buyer is paying $5.95 for shipping, and you were, as the seller, paying the rest of it at $2.02. So if I'm doing an item that is a lower price, so like this one, it is under $25. So I'm going to send them the lowest tier of shipping. That way I am not losing as much money because it is not as high of an item for me. The only time I really do free shipping is usually like over 100, I would say. And then when it's the $4.99 shipping, I will do that around 25 or up. Then I will do the $4.99 discount shipping. So yeah, like I said, the buyer is who pays the shipping. But if you do want to give your buyers discounted shipping, you definitely can. And you can do that, like I said, either offers to likers, or you can do that on every single listing if you choose to do that as well. But if you are giving any kind of discount, whether that is just the lowest tier or free shipping, you as the seller are paying that price. Poshmark does not pay that for you. So just to let you know that. So make sure you are aware of that when you are offering discounted shipping. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the items that you can use to ship with. So I did talk about this a little bit in the last video, but I'm just going to reiterate it. So these are what I use mostly to ship all of my Poshmark items in. These are the United States Postal Service Priority Mail Tyvek envelopes. And you can order these for free from USPS, or you can go into a United States Postal office and they should have some there that you can take. But make sure you're only using the Priority Mail. Any packaging, Priority Mail, you cannot use Priority Mail Express. But so I use this mostly, so that is what I use. But you actually can use anything that is priority mail. So you can use any flat rate items as well. So this is the small flat rate box. You can see it right here. And this is great for like smaller items, maybe like swimsuits or smaller like accessories. So I do use this a lot. And this is also a free item that you can grab from the post office, or you can order it to your house as well. And so, yeah. And then there's that one. And then there's also the medium flat rate, which you can also use. So as long as it is priority mail, you can use it. It says so right on your Poshmark label. And there is a place on Poshmark that says it as well. So yeah, awesome that you can get those for free. You don't have to pay for poly mailers or anything like that. But this is only for Poshmark. For other sites such as Mercari and eBay, you can only use priority mail packaging if you are actually shipping through priority mail. And so another thing that I know I talked about in the last video are these labels. You can also order these for free from the post office. And so these are like sticky adhesive labels, and I'm going to cut to me showing you how to use this because you do have to adjust your like sizes and stuff a little bit differently on your computer, but I'm going to show you how to do that.
The first thing you want to do is go into your Poshmark and go to account settings, and then go to shipping label settings and make sure your shipping label is at 4x6.
So here are these labels,
And so for this type of printer, we want to adjust this size so it is going to fit these. And for this one, you want it to go with it has to be upside down basically. So priority mail is going to be upside down. And then once it is printed, this is what you get. So you might have to adjust it a little bit on your computer. It just might be a little different for everything. But yeah, so here is what it looks like. And then now you are able to take this and actually stick it to packages without having to cut out every single label and then use tape to put it on.
When you are at your settings for printing, I put this one, normally it's at letter, but I put this one at North American 4x6, and then I also changed the size to about 80, but you might have to change it a little bit around and try it a few times to get the right settings.
Those are a great option because they are super easy and adhesive, and you don't have to worry about having to cut out every single label, which is awesome. But again, that is a priority mail item, so you can only use it if you are shipping on Poshmark or with priority mail if you're using another site as well. So just to let you know about that. And then let's see, what else do we have? So when an item sells, you are going to receive an email from Poshmark, and all you have to do is go to that email and go ahead and print out your shipping label. And if you have these, you can use those to have that quick and easy hack for an adhesive label, or you can just go ahead and cut it out and tape it on. But all you have to do is you will take one of your boxes or your little envelopes or whatever you use, put your item in there and close it up. And the Tyvek envelopes actually have a sticky strip on here, which is awesome. But you just close it up and you put your label on your item, and then you just take it to the post office. And I recommend doing that within a couple days of making a sale. I think Poshmark gives you around 5 days, and they will send you a reminder. And I think you have 7 days since the buyer paid for their item or like bought their item that you have to ship it out. After those 7 days, the buyer can actually cancel the sale because you as a seller have not shipped out their item yet. So just be aware of that. Make sure you are shipping in a timely manner, and that way you can get good reviews and 5 stars and everything like that. Okay, I'm going to look really quick at the few questions that I got besides these questions. So let's see. So when I first started posting on Poshmark, how long before you got any offers or sales? And so I can't remember exactly because it has been a few years, unfortunately, but I want to say that it probably took a few days for me to get any like action or likes or sales on my items, but I do remember there had been a few items I had posted. Like I found a Lululemon shirt once, like really early on when I was thrifting, and I posted that and it sold like right away that same night that I listed it. And so I don't know, it is important just to have items that people are looking for, because if you have an item that is sought after, it doesn't really matter how new of a seller you are or anything like that. People are still going to buy it because they are looking for that item. So just make sure to check out what is selling and everything. And can you explain how the seller gets paid and the shipping cost? So yeah, for shipping, I talked a little bit about that. And so the buyer is going to be the one paying for shipping unless you give them a discounted shipping rate. And then, so for the seller to get paid, once you have shipped your item to the buyer, it will, be in transit, get to the buyer's house. And then once it has like tracked that it is at the buyer's location, you then have 3 days. And if the buyer does not rate you and accept the package in that 3 days, it is okay, because after that 3 days, it will automatically have the funds released into your account. Within those 3 days, that's the only time that they can open a case on an item. So if something came not as described or anything, they can open a case. And if that happens, just be, apologetic. It happens. I've definitely missed flaws and have sent them out before in the past. So it happens. But that is okay. And so, yeah. You will get your money after the 3 days as long as nothing goes wrong and everything is okay with the item for the buyer. And for you to get that money, there is quite a few ways now actually to get your money on Poshmark. You have direct deposit, which is what I use. You can also be sent checks in the mail, and they also just started doing a few other ways as well. So I will post a photo on here of all the different ways that you can get your money now. But I do direct deposit. It's just the easiest, I think, and there's no fees or anything like that. Another question I got is, do you need a business license to start on Poshmark or any kind of license? No, you do not need a business license. I actually do not have a business license. You don't need one to sell on Poshmark or anything, so you don't need to worry about that. You can go ahead and start. And another question I got is, what scale do you use to estimate the weight? And I just use a normal kitchen scale. I will post a picture of the kind of scale I use. It's just like a kitchen scale. And it doesn't need to be a scale that can go up to super heavy amounts. You actually want one where it's going to tell you all of the ounces and everything. So make sure you have that one. But for Poshmark, that's not as important because all of Poshmark's labels are actually up to 5 pounds. If you do go over the 5 pounds, it is pretty easy to upgrade your label. I can show you how to do that. You're going to go to your sales, and then you go to your sale that is over 5 pounds, and you scroll down and say need new shipping label, and then you say need heavier weight label, and you have to select how much your item is going to weigh. So here are the prices for that, and any extra postage fee is paid by the seller again. So, try not to sell super heavy items if you're selling home goods and things. Either, weigh them ahead of time and make sure they're not too overweight, or make sure that you add that price into your price for your item. So let's say if you have to pay if the item is 6 pounds and you have to pay that $4.50 extra, make sure that you are putting that $5 extra into the price of your product. So yeah. And then let me see what other questions I had. And then I did have one other question elsewhere about how to get things seen. So how you want to get your items seen is by sharing twice a day. So I share my closet twice a day. And I just use the share all feature that is on Poshmark already. It's a little bit more recent, but it has been on there now for a while. And that is what I use. I can show you again how to do that. So if you're at your closet, so you're going to go to your closet, and so click closet, and then up in the corner there is a little wrench kind of thing, and you have a few actions that you can take. And so I'm going to do the bulk listing action. So I'm going to do share to followers, and I'm going to go ahead and go availability. So only my available items I want to be shared, because if it's sold, there's no reason to keep sharing it. And I'm going to click select all. And one thing that you do have to do is you actually have to scroll down and load everything, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not it's not really a big issue. It only takes a few, maybe not even 30 seconds to scroll all the way down to your end of your closet. For me, I have a little, what do I have? I think 900 something right now. So I just have to scroll down and do that. But then you just click share to followers, and that is all you do for that. And I just do that a couple times a day, morning and night. and that is a quick and easy way to kind of get your listings out there, because they will jump up in the feed for anyone who is following you on Poshmark. They will see your item because it was just freshly shared. And also just making sure you have good keywords, making sure you have all of the brand name, styles, and things like that in your description, in your listing title, to make sure that buyers are able to quickly find your item when they are searching for items that they're looking for. So yeah, that is a little bit more about how to sell on Poshmark. That is this whole video. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already, and let me know if anyone has any more questions about selling on Poshmark, or if you'd like me to make any more of these videos for getting started on Mercari or eBay, and I can definitely film those as well. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!